Okay, so this is a video about how to use Google Slides. Okay, so when you're in Google Slides, when you're in something like the Words of Wisdom, like we have here, you're going to do a couple of things. First, you're going to want to add a slide. So you'll go to this plus button right up here. You'll add in blank, and then you're going to change the background to a color that you like. I'm going to choose pink because I like pink. Then you're going to add in a text box. That's this little box up here with the T in it. You're going to click on that and then click inside the slide itself. When you do that, this blue text box will show up. In that text box, you'll type whatever it is you want to say. So if I want to say sample text box, text book I almost wrote, text box, I'm going to type that. Now, the neat thing about this is that I can change this. I can change the font, the size, the color. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to increase the font by pushing plus or by clicking on this number and changing the size altogether. Once I've changed that, I can also change the font that it actually is used here. So maybe instead of using this Lato one, I might want to use Frederica the Great. So I can click on Frederica the Great. The other thing about using these particular fonts is I can click right here on More Fonts, and I can choose whatever fonts I want to come up in my library of fonts that I have to choose from. After I've changed my font and the size, I'm going to change the color. This right here in this toolbar that I can click on, this letter A with the line under it, has all of the different colors I can choose. This, where it says theme, gives the complementary colors that go with that slide. So I'm going to click on this blue. Now you can see it says sample text box. I can move this all around the page that I want, wherever I want, however I want. The next thing you're going to be required to do is to enter an image. So there are lots of ways to do an image, but the easiest way to do this is to click on this Insert Image icon. You can upload one from your computer, you can search the web, you can put a photo, you can use something from your drive, from a link you found, or you can even take one from your camera. I'm going to show you how to use Search the Web. If you search the web and you want to look for a picture of a clip art, which means it's going to sort of look like a cartoon, cat. I'm going to type that in, and these are the things that come up. So there are lots of different cartoon cats. I'm going to put this one in, and I can double click on it, and it'll show up. I can also, if I want to go back, I can do the same thing, but instead of double clicking on it, I can actually drag and drop it. Same effect. When I'm done with that, what I'm going to want to do is close out of that box, and I'm going to want to resize this. But before I resize it, I want to get rid of some of this white that's all around it. So I'm going to put my cursor in the middle of the box on the cat, in this case, and I'm going to double click on it with to the left. And you'll see this big black bold sort of margin around it. If you click on where these lines are, you can actually crop the picture. So when you crop the picture on the top and on the bottom, you're taking all of that stuff off. So I want to take that vector sign off. When you're done, it says this is what's going to be inside. So if you click on the outside of it over here, somewhere that's not on the picture, that's all that you're going to have left. So now I've cropped and resized my cat. Now that I've resized my cat, I have to find a way to give him some animation. So when he's on there, he doesn't just appear. So I'm going to right click, go down to Animate, and when I look at Animate, I can choose one of these. It says Fade In. I can choose any one of these as a way to bring the kitty in when I change the slide. So if I put spin, he's going to spin, and then I want to choose how he's going to come in, after the previous slide or with the previous slide. I'm going to choose with the previous slide. And how fast he's going to spin will depend on how fast I have this. And as if you look up here, it says 1.3 seconds, 2.8 seconds, or 3.8. I'm going to put them right in the middle. Now, just to make sure I have it right and it looks the way I want it to, I'm going to push play. This shows me what it would look like to somebody else. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Okay, the last thing I need to do is I need to have a transfer from this slide to the next one. So if I was on present and I went from that slide and I wanted to go to the cat, this is what would show up, which is okay, except in this case, I want more than just that to happen. I want there to be a transition going from one slide to the other. So up here where it says slide transition, I'm going to click on fade. Instead of fading, I want to do one of these. I'm going to choose to dissolve. Again, I can choose whether I want it to go slow or fast or medium. I'm going to choose medium. Okay, if I want all of my slides to do that, I can click apply to all slides, but I don't. I just want it on this particular slide. So now, I'm going to push play to see what this looks like. Shows it as it dissolves, and as it spins, it shows an animation. So now, I have added both a transition into the slide and an animation to an object. I've resized my object. I've created a text box, changed the color of the text, changed the font of the text, and changed the size of the text. This is something that you will be required to do in many of the activities we do in class. I hope this tutorial helps, and have a fun time playing with Google Slides.